And all right, I think we are officially live. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody this evening? Captain Galaxy, hello. Steven, hello. Jacob, hello. Maritime, hello. Funny seeing you here, Maritime. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Sabrina, you're like, okay, come on. Like, I'm trying here, Sabrina. I'm not that bad. We are starting within my normal parameters. How about that? How about that? Like, hi, Sam. Hi, Joseph. Sam. How is everybody tonight? First Officer Murdoch. Sup, man? Glad you are here. How is everybody tonight? Before we get started, how many of you all saw the chaos that happened at the end of Mike Brady's live stream? How many of you all saw the chaos from the Disney ship thing? That was absolutely hilarious. Listen, now that ship's cursed. That ship is cursed. I did, Sam lol, me. Jacqueline, know what happened. So Mike was live streaming about an hour ago, and we were talking about you know how Disney always likes to build their ships? Like, Disney Cruise Line, they always like to build their ships that look like the traditional ocean liners and stuff. And anyway, Disney just bought this ship. I think they're going to be using it for the Asia market. And anyway, it's a ship that's like 75% complete. So, you know, they bought it for pennies on the dollar. And they tried to give it the exact same traditional look like their other ships, and they kind of butchered it, at least in my mind. So Mike went all nuts to try to to repair it and everything. It was pretty cool. Did I see a super chat? Yes, 2 from T. Thanks, man. You make a Titanic movie. Oh gosh, seriously? Honestly, I have no idea. I'd have to give that some thought. I really would. I don't know. That's a new one for me. That is a new one for me. Captain Galaxy 2, thank you. Sam, what's your opinion on the SS Leviathan? The SS Leviathan. Give me a second, guys. So I did actually mess around with a streaming software today to get to try to do that so you all could see what I'm looking at on the screen. And for whatever reason, OBS is kind of weird on Mac. It's like I kept having issues trying to get it to record my screen properly. Then I have to disconnect sources, reconnect sources. It was really, really weird. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. The SS Leviathan was a German ocean liner launched on April 3rd, 1913, began service. It's a very pretty ship. I don't know that much about its history and everything. That's not, besides the stuff that I briefly touched on when I've been researching the Lusitania and stuff, I'm not an expert on the German ships. But I do know about the Kaiser Wilhelm der Grosse. So, but yeah, I think it's a pretty ship. I just have to research it a bit. Let's see it. Thanks for the 2. Liam 5, thank you. Sup? Thanks for the 5, Liam. Super appreciate you. Maritime Mystery, Historic Travels. Hey, Sam, what is this thing of good old Grumpy Low on Titanic? Apparently, he was angry that nobody woke him up. What is this thing of good old Grumpy Low on Titanic? Apparently, he was angry that nobody woke him up during the collision and felt like an outsider. You know, Maritime, I don't know why. I really don't. But for whatever reason, people just didn't like Low. Like, I don't know why. You know, like, I mean, apparently he was grumpy, or maybe he didn't have good social skills. I don't know. But I do know that he wasn't that well liked among the Titanic's officers and stuff. And yeah, nobody came to wake him up. Nobody came to wake him up or anything. And hold on a second, guys. I'm going to have to engage the slow mode now. We made it 4 minutes before I had to turn on the slow mode. So sorry, guys. Slow mode activated. Sorry. But yeah, as far as I know, it's just like for whatever reason, he didn't get along very well with Titanic's officers. And yeah, nobody went to wake him up for a little bit of the sinking. And anyway, I forget which lifeboat, but he came out. He was a salty guy. Oh, like did he hold a grudge or something? But he came out during the sinking, and I don't know which lifeboat it was, but I'd have to look it up. But anyway, there was one lifeboat that was being lowered over the Titanic side, and the passengers in the boat noticed that like the rain holes, like the plugs in the bottom of the boat to let rain drain through, well, they weren't plugged. So that meant that as soon as the boat touched the water, it would flood and sink. So they yelled up at Lowe, Lowe, please stop lowering the boat. We got to fill these in. Lowe stops lowering the boat, looks down over the ship's side and says, that's your own problem. And then continues lowering it away. And I'm like, really? Look, I don't care if you're grumpy or annoyed that people didn't wake you up. Don't risk passengers. Like, don't, like, I'm like, seriously, dude? Like, I could not believe that happened. And then, oh, Lord, Lowe, yeah. And then, right after that happened, you know, yeah, Lowe was the one who went back and, you know, rescued the people in the water and stuff like that. So, crazy. How did they plug them? I believe that what they did was they used like clothing and jackets and stuff like that. Like they definitely improvised it, at least as far as I know. If you know more information about it, I'd have to double check it. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. We got another super chat from Steven. Thanks so much. Question: what record will Disney take from the SS Great Eastern? If they go, let's see, if they go 6 things on the roof, and yes, I was on the mic call. The SS Great. So you mean are they gonna follow the footsteps like with all the funnels and everything like that? Is that what you're talking about there? Is it true that ship's gonna have 6 funnels? Is that true? Because in that concept image, it only has 3. But will that ship have 6 funnels? Like, I mean, is that something? Because like, yes. Because like it only shows 3, but I saw somebody say that the funnels were directly beside each other. So I'm like, that is gonna be one ugly ship. Like that was my thought at the time. I'm like, that is gonna be one ugly vessel. But anyway. We got another 5 from T. Thank you. As a senior surviving officer, was Lightoller basically seen as the new captain of the Titanic in terms of the inquiries? Was he questioned the most? I don't know specifically if he was questioned the most. I know that they went through and they talked to a lot of the people. Like, he was the most senior officer to survive. And his testimony was very essential in everything. And Kent Layton, who wrote On a Sea of Glass, basically talked about that it seems like, because you know how during the inquiries they determined or they figured that the Titanic sank intact. It didn't split in 2. Even though, if you look at the testimony, so many people said that the Titanic broke in half, it wasn't even funny. But it's like they went with the testimony of Lightoller and I think it was Gracie, because both of these guys said that the ship sank in one piece. But both of these men weren't in any position to see what the stern was doing. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know if they would have saw him as the captain. I mean, they definitely talked to him and they definitely went with his testimony. Due to his position on the Titanic, I would say that that's another big reason why they took his word for it so much over everybody else. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, captain, I'm not sure, but he definitely was the most senior person to survive. So I'm sure that had something to do with it. Thanks for the 5. Cameron 5, thank you. Hey, Sam, really enjoyed the bright side reaction. Surprised you didn't mention the ship break-in too, even though the Kraken was propping up the stern. I did say, though, Cameron, didn't I say that the ship did an accurate, like the Kraken caused it to have a semi-accurate sinking scenario? I'm pretty sure I did do that. The ship had the Kraken like damaged the bow, and then the bow went down, and then the stern rose up, and the Kraken's like hovering down here. The ship breaks in 2. Like, that was just the stupidest. Why are you making me annoyed? Why are you annoying me about that? Oh gosh, that was a mess. That was a mess. Thanks for the 5, Cameron. Steven 2, thank you. The SS Great Eastern had 5 funnels. All right, 5 funnels. I knew it had a lot. 5, 6. I knew it had a lot. Thanks for the 2. T2, thank you. Why did they say it sunk intact? I think I basically just touched on that. You know, it's like they went with the testimony of a couple of people who said it didn't and ignored everybody else. And if you want to get a little conspiracy, you know, there's a theory out there that maybe the builders at Harland and Wolff were suspicious of the ship breaking in 2 because the expansion joints between the Titanic and the Britannic were redesigned. So it's like maybe they were suspicious that there was a massive, like maybe the expansion joints on the Titanic weren't as good as the ones on the Olympic. And I'm pretty sure there was the Olympic had some structural problems during its early sea trials, if I'm remembering correctly, because I think I remember that it's like where the Olympic was so big they were having trouble with the hull flexing out a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe because the hull was like popping a little bit or vibrating so much, they may have been worried about the ship's structural integrity a little bit. So maybe when the reports of the ship breaking into, the conspiracy says that they covered it up. That way people wouldn't be so worried about, how safe or structurally sound the ships were. So that's one rumor out there, but I don't know. It's one of those big things. It's one of those big things. Let's see here. Chief Officer Wild 2 says, Sam, what is your ranking of each of the Titanic's officers? Good gosh, I don't know. I would definitely say Murdoch is definitely my favorite officer. I think he did the best job that evening. I can't, even though I strongly disagree with Lightollers' decision of women and children first, I still don't see him as a villain because ultimately he did save lives. He just definitely made the wrong call with the women and children only thing. So I don't see him as a villain, but he definitely made the wrong call there. I don't know why he thought that way. Maybe he just wasn't thinking clearly. I don't know. Henry Wild is up there with my favorite officers. So relax, Henry Wild, relax. But I don't know. I'd have to give it some thought. All the officers, they all did things and helped out a lot. So let's see here. We got that one. Tana 5, thank you. Hey, Stan, can we get a monthly reaction video to Brightside? And why couldn't Murdoch get in a lifeboat? Well, he was basically working until the end, I'm sure if Murdoch, I'm sure Murdoch would have tried to make a go of it in collapsible A if he could have reached that boat in time, or if he could have gotten into that boat. But I mean, Murdoch had a job to do. He was going to stick to that job and he was going to work on that until the end. And, he was one of the ship's senior officers, So, I mean, he was doing his duty just like all the other officers were that night, And so I'm sure that he would have tried to save himself if he had the opportunity to do so, I'm sure he would have. Maritime. According to my research, Titanic was supposed to be Lowe's first transatlantic crossing. Is that true? I haven't done any significant research into Lowe, but I'm fairly certain I've heard that before. You know what? We can do a quick little, let's see, 5th Officer Lowe, Titanic. He was the first guy to pop up. Let's see here. Titanic. Aboard Titanic, like other ships, Lowe reported to White Star office in Liverpool, office at 9 o'clock, March 1912. He claimed he felt like an outsider on board the Titanic, as never worked with the other officers before. They had all traveled over the Atlantic before while he hadn't. Yeah, so you're right, Maritime. Oh, so maybe that was something else. He claimed he felt like an outsider while aboard Titanic because he had never worked with the other officers before and they'd all traveled before. Maybe that was one reason why he felt like an outsider or something. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. He was Lowe was the odd man out. Lowe was the odd man out. That's basically what I'm seeing there. Interesting. Very interesting. Maritime, yes. I think we just looked at the same article. Maritime, were you just looking at, I think me and you checked the same Wikipedia article, didn't we? So something funny happened today. Well, a couple of funny things happened. Number one, so I decided to try to share my notes that I did on the Captain Smith video. Like everything that I wrote down for the Captain Smith video, I decided to try to share that on my community page because everybody's been curious about how I take notes and all that stuff. And I copied and I pasted all of my notes into my community page because I thought, everybody could look at it and read it and see how I make my videos. And YouTube blocked it. I didn't know this, but apparently a community page post has a maximum character count of 10,000 characters. So I couldn't post my notes to my community page. I guess what I could do is I could post them in multiple parts. I mean, if you guys want to read them, of course. But I thought that would be like a way to share like the way I do videos and stuff with all of you. I thought I would put that many notes, question mark, Sabrina, characters, like letters, numbers, stuff like that, like 10,000 characters. So yeah, it went way over that. But yeah, I guess I just have to split it up in multiple parts and everything like that. So maybe post like one post to let everybody know what it is, and then go from there. I don't know. I don't know if that's something something you guys would be interested in reading, like just to see my notes and everything. Chief Australia Wild 2, thanks for putting me close to 1. No problem, man. A back room 2, thank you. Did you know that an octopus sank the Titanic? Really? I had no idea. An octopus sunk the ship? Wow. Wow, that's news to me. And so all these reports about the iceberg and stuff, is that true, or, I mean, so what? If an octopus did it, it would have to be one big octopus, because those things are nowhere near as big as a ship. I'm so here. Let's create a hypothetical scenario. An octopus squeezes its way through one of the Titanic's rivets, pops the rivet out, and then it systematically causes a chain reaction by popping this one rivet. About a dozen rivets pop out, and then the watertight doors jam. And all right, I'm being silly now. I'm being silly now. I'm being silly. Let's see here. RMS Martinez. So it wasn't an iceberg that sank Titanic. Yeah, right. There was that one Brightside video that said an explosion did it. I would have reviewed that one, but Tom already did that a long, long time ago. Barbecue 2, thank you. Hi, Sam. It's me, Hannah. I changed my name. Hey, Hannah. Welcome to the... I do not know why I'm coughing so much. I'm going to have to eat some honey or something next time before I go live again. But it's good to see you, Hannah. You changed your name. Glad you're here. Thank you for letting me know who you were. So are you gonna try to stump me with some ship question this evening? Let's see. Sharon says, I want Rose. Okay, well, unfortunately, Kate Winslet isn't going to be on this live stream. So, I mean, if you want to contact the actress who played Rose DeWitt-Decatur, then you'd have to find a way to contact her. She won't be here on this live stream tonight. So, I'm just saying, man, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. Joseph says, Sam, are you going to do another mail video soon? Yes, I still need to go and check my P.O. box. So I haven't done that in probably a month. So I need to go back and check that. And then, yeah, and then we'll do another mail video probably within the next week or two. I do need to do that. Sabrina says, if Kate Winslet was on this live stream, the whole chat would explode in 2 seconds. Yes, it would, 100%. Chief Officer Henry Wild, 5, thank you. My ranking is 1 Murdoch, 2 Henry Wild, 3 Lowe, 4 Boxhall, 5 Pittman, 6 Moody, 7 Lightoller. None of them are bad. Okay. Yeah, so you put so 1 Murdoch, 2 Chief Officer Henry Wild, 3 Lowe, 4th Boxhall. Honestly, I would probably, that's a good ranking, but I would probably flip Lowe and Boxhall, because Lowe did go back and save the passengers in the water after the ship sank, but he also made that comment to the passengers, like, I don't care if there are holes in your lifeboat, I'm lowering it away. I'm like, really, dude? I don't care if you're grumpy. That's no right to put passengers at risk. So by that, I would probably flip them and put Boxhall in there, put Boxhall before Lowe, and then go from there. Because Boxhall was the one who helped the Carpathia find the Titanic. So that's just my 2 cents. Danny 10, thank you. Hi, Sam. Silly question. No such thing, but go on. My partner put a thought in my head. Okay. What would you rather watch? I'm gonna stop you right now, as I already know. We're not gonna do this now, because as soon as you said what would you rather watch, I know you're about to say you're gonna give me 2 options that are gonna make me cringe, and I'm not doing it. I want to go one live stream without you all making me rage, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm out here. Sorry, but I had to do that. I absolutely had to do that. All right. So, all right, mellow out. And let's take a look at what your would you rather watch 1 hour and 20 minutes of Brightside Titanic videos, or all of the Titanic The Legend Goes On, if you know that film? That's that cartoon, right? Well, you know what? I think I would rather pick the Titanic cartoon over Brightside, because I've never seen the movie. I've seen clips of it. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but that whole film, they're not trying to tell the accurate story of Titanic. It's basically just a cartoon with the Titanic as the theme, right? So I think I would rather watch that since it's not really, they're not spreading false information. So I think I would rather, it's a kid's movie, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think I would rather watch that over Brightside, because all Brightside does is spew out bad information, misinformation, whatever, and they disrespect the tragedy and all that stuff. And I mean, so that's basically what I would do. Is I would rather watch that other film. There we go. It was your plan to make me rage, wasn't it? Are you working for Maritime? Are you? Oh, you guys are fun. Kaiser Wilhelm, I'm scared. Yes. So you are working for Maritime. Interesting. All right, Maritime. Okay, are you that annoyed, Maritime, that you lost a chat last week, that you're now hiring members in the chat to try to make me rage? Is that what's going on here, Maritime? Is that what's going on here? I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. All right, next one. Let's see here. A back room 2. Sam likes Brightside Explosion. Yeah, no, I do not. Barbecue, or I'm just going to call you. You cool if I keep calling you Hannah? All right, Hannah says, right, question time. All right. Let's do this. I'm ready. If Titanic hit the iceberg around 300 miles from New York City, how would the sinking change? So basically, how far was Titanic from New York? I decided it was 400 miles from Newfoundland. How many miles from New York City is Titanic? Let's see. Titanic was approximately 1,246 miles from the White Star. Okay, so if it was only 300 miles, I would probably say there would probably be more ships closer to Titanic. Carpathia most likely definitely wouldn't have been the ship to come and save it. Yeah, I'd say another vessel. Well, actually, hang on a second. If it was 400 miles, if it was 300 miles from New York, how far was the Olympic from Titanic at the time of the sinking? I know it was a day's journey, but how many miles was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. But maybe the Olympic, if it was close enough, it could have done it. But I don't know. If it was that close to New York, I'd say the Olympic would have been further away. 500 miles. So it was about 500 miles away. Okay. So, yeah, so then Olympic would have been too far as well. Well, actually, if it was that close to New York, I mean, think of it like this. If it was that close to New York, it would have missed that ice field, and that iceberg wouldn't have been there. So, yeah, it wouldn't have sank. How about that? There we go. If it had been that close to New York, it would have been clear of that ice field, and the iceberg wouldn't have been there. So, boom, the ship wouldn't have sunk. How about that? The Titanic has a super brand new triple expansion jet engine. Triple expansion jet engine. So, yeah, it's a whole new technology. It's got a massive jet engine connected so that the engine spins super fast and can push the Titanic across the Atlantic at speeds of, I don't know, 200 knots. I just pulled that number off the top of my head. So, and I'm being silly now. And we're being silly now. Good question, Hannah. Good question, though. Okay, we got 2 from Henry Wild again. Thank you. Lightoller isn't bad. Out of all of them, he's the worst. Yeah, I would agree. RMS Olympic, 200 knots. I just pulled something off the top of my head, okay? Don't take that seriously. Sabrina says, I want that engine. Oh, you like the model? You like the engine model? I believe the guy who made it, he sells the plans for it on his YouTube channel. Okay, I think we're good. Yep, awesome. Walker, no, it didn't have jets. It obviously had a magnetic or hydraulic engines long before they were magnetic or hydraulic engines long before they were a thing, which allowed the ship to accelerate quickly and turn on a dime. I know I butchered that pronunciation, but anyway, right. Moon 2, thank you. 2023, going to Queen Mary. Awesome. Are they going to be opening it next year? Are they going to be opening that next year? I hadn't heard that. Let's see. Dude says, hi, Sam. Quick question. I'm ready. What is it? What exactly was the purpose of the expansion joints on the Olympic class liners? They allowed the ship's superstructure and stuff like that. The basic purpose of the expansion joints was so it made the ship's hull and superstructure a lot easier to flex with the ocean. So basically, they didn't want the ship to be like so rigid. Like, so if the ship encountered a wave, like pretend my hand's the wave, okay? The Titanic's bow goes up it, the wave dips down and then comes back up. Well, then a tiny bit of the ship would be out of the water for a brief moment. They wanted the hull to be able to flex and warp a little bit with the way the ocean was going. That was the purpose of the expansion joint, was to allow the ship's hull or superstructure more to kind of flex a little bit. That's basically it. Let's see here. Good question, by the way. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. We got that one. Okay. Chief Officer 2, thank you. Who can agree on the second best officer or third? Sure. I'll give you second best. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about that? Let's see. We got that one. Got that one. Okay. Cameron 5, thank you. Hey, Sam, how do you think things would be different if the Lusitania suffered the Titanic disaster and vice versa? If I remember correctly, the Lusitania could only handle 2 watertight compartments breached. So, and then the torpedo detonation, it directly opened up 2. But then as a result of the explosion, more compartments were breached, because it's not just those 2 from the blast, like the hole. There's actual more structural damage as well that goes along from that. So if I had to guess, I would say at least 4 compartments were breached on the Lusitania, at least, okay? And then you also have to factor in the porthole windows, because when the Lusitania rolled over onto its starboard side, a good number of the porthole windows went under. So that was also another factor. So if we're just talking about bulkhead damage, where did it strike? The torpedo struck the Lusitania right around here, if I'm not mistaken. It was right around the first funnel, maybe a little bit forward. I was like right around here. So if we're going to compare that to the Titanic, between the first and second, I thought it was a little bit more forward. I thought it was like right around here. I thought it was closer to the bridge, but was it right? Actually, hang on a second. I have a diagram. Give me a second. I think I have my Lusitania files. I do. Sinking of the Lusitania PDF. Here we go. I'm pretty sure it's got a diagram on it that shows exactly where the torpedo went off. Give me a second. I'm scrolling. Torpedo impact was directly underneath the 4th funnel, Maritime. It was directly underneath, not the 4th funnel, the 1st funnel. Torpedo detonation was directly underneath the first funnel. So as a result of the explosion, flooding was occurring in that compartment underneath the 1st funnel and in the back compartment, and then 1 compartment further aft. And then there was resulting flooding, in the more forward section. So the very bow of the Lusitania, like at the very front, those sections didn't flood right away. That's the best theory on it. So if only the 2, it was between first and second. If not, I've been lied to. It says torpedo detonation on this map, on this chart that I was looking at. It says it was directly underneath the 1st funnel. So probably what you saw then was the 1st and 2nd. I'd say the damage probably spread out to right around the 2nd funnel. But yeah, I can show you this diagram. I'll send it to you in Discord after. But yeah, this torpedo detonation, it shows torpedo impact directly underneath the 1st funnel, and maybe the damage spread into the compartment after that. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now, man. But anyway, so I would have to say that probably Titanic. It might have been a Britannic scenario. It might have been. It depends on exactly how the damage was spread out throughout the ship. If only 2 compartments were breached, Titanic could stay afloat. Because Titanic was bigger than Lusitania. You have to remember that. So I would probably have to say Titanic might have been able to survive it. But there's a lot of factors. There are definitely a lot of factors there. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. Okay, okay. Good question, by the way, Cameron. Thanks for the 5. Chief Officer Wild 2, thank you. Maritime, what is your Titanic officer ranking? Oh, what is your Maritime officer ranking, Maritime? I'm actually curious about that. Chief Officer Wild 2, thank you. Sam, will you ever do YouTube full time? Well, believe it or not, I've actually been doing YouTube full time for, most of the time that I've been on YouTube. I've worked other jobs here and there and done side things here and there. But for the most part, I have done YouTube full time. You know, it's been my main job since, you know, since COVID and everything started up and everything. So that's it's been an unbelievable journey. I never expected to do it full time, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I have worked other jobs and part-time jobs on the side and stuff like that, but listen, ultimately, my ultimate goal is I would love to get to the point someday where I could open up my own studio, you know, open up my own studio and do all that stuff, travel around and all that. I would absolutely love to have that opportunity someday. I really would. I absolutely really would. Good question, by the way. And we got another 5 from Hannah again. 2 things, Sam. 1, can you call me either Hannah or barbecue? Whatever works. Cool. You can call me Hannah or barbecue, whatever works. 2, how can you tell the difference between a Lusitania and the Mauritania? Well, the easiest way to tell is the Calvents. So the Mauritania just has all of these Calvents on the deck. The camera's not focusing. That's the easiest way to tell. And the Lusitania doesn't have anywhere near as many. That is the easiest way to tell the difference between the 2 ships because these ships do look nearly identical. So, but that's the easiest way. That's how I always tell them apart. That is how I always tell them apart. Dylan says, hey, Sam, just joined you. Saw you on Ocean Liner stream. Welcome, Dylan. Yes, I was there. And the end of that live stream was absolutely hilarious. Five Nights at Freddy's. He says, hey, Sam, thought about doing a video, like a day in my life video. Maybe. It's not something that like I would immediately do. If I did do something like that, I would probably do that on my other YouTube channel. So I made a second YouTube channel called Historic Hangout, where basically it's just me doing like random videos and stuff like that with my friends. Like we mostly just played Sea of Thieves on it at this point. But yeah, okay, copy. If you guys want to subscribe to that, I'll post that here real quick. But yeah, so but if I did do something like that, I would probably do it on that channel. I think that would probably be the best place that I would do that. But yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. Okay, Chase, please bring back the Tupperware. I miss it. No, we're done with Tupperware. We are done with Tupperware. Dude says, by the way, Sam, how do I join your Discord? There's a link in my community page, and I usually update it once a week or so. So that's the best way. Kaden says, hey, Sam, I have a question. Wait, why don't you, Mike and Maritime and Scatino and everyone else do a Q&A? So wait. You want Scatino in one of our Q&As? So you want me, Maritime, Mike, and Scatino. You want all of us in one big Q&A. Is that right? Is that right? I'm pretty sure Scatino would come in dead last. So here's what I'm thinking. I think me and Mike would be we would be tied, okay, in our ship knowledge. I think Scatino would come in 3rd, and I think Maritime would come in 4th. That's what I think would happen. I think me and Mike would be tied. Scatino would come in 3rd, and Maritime would come in 4th. I think that's exactly how that whole thing would go down. I think Maritime would come in 4th. The obvious outcome. I think Maritime would talk about maritime disrespect. Sorry, Maritime. Sorry, I absolutely had to do it, man. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I just had to do it, man. I had to do it. I'm just messing. Dude. I'm just giving you a hard time, Maritime. But that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I would absolutely love to do that sometime. We got man, I guess it's just this cold air. Ugh. Okay, Chief Officer Henry Wild, 5, thank you. Sam, I think it's time for a Chief Officer Henry Wild part 2. What part 2? What else can I do? I told his story already. What else could I do with Henry Wild? Like, what else could I do with all that? Oh, yes. Oh, awesome. So, I just refreshed the Historic Hangout YouTube channel. I don't know who it was, but if any of you in this live stream just subscribed to it, then you were my 1,000th subscriber on the Historic Hangouts channel. So whoever you were who just subscribed, thank you. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on the Historic Travels YouTube channel. So thanks, guys, whoever that was. Thank you. Oh, we got a couple people. Home says it was me. It was me. It was me. A lot of people subscribed. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on the Historic Hangout YouTube channel. And I saw somebody else ask, what's Sea of Thieves? It's a pirate game. It's a pirate game where me and my buddies, we sail around and we have a lot of fun. And it's just a big fun hangout game. And while I've been talking, here comes Super Chats. Okay, we got 10 from JR. Cool. Thanks for the 10. How dark was it when Titanic sank? Was it so dark that the passengers strained to see each other in the lifeboats? Survivors could see the ship breaking in two after the lights went out. It was pretty dark. Well, some people said they could see the ship break in two, but mostly that was because of the emergency lights. What you have to remember is when the Titanic went down, it didn't lose power completely. Y'all should be able to see it here. After the when the Titanic broke in two, you can see it well in Tom Linsky's animation, but the emergency lights stayed on here and there during the final moments of the sinking. So I know that definitely would have played a role in helping the passengers who were in the lifeboats see what the ship was doing somewhat. I mean, it wasn't a lot of light. The power did mostly go out, but I think you guys can see it a little bit. But there's scattered bits of red light here and there as the emergency dynamo was winding down, because the emergency dynamo was located further back on the ship, like around the fourth funnel, so it wouldn't have gone under immediately. So it would have kept a few lights on here and there. But I mean, it was pitch black. It was pitch black with the exception of the stars. It was an absolutely pitch black evening. There was no moon. So I mean, that I'm sure that was a big role in how the survivors saw some of the things about that. Was that they could see what the ship was doing for that. But yeah, it was pitch black. It was pitch black that night with the exception of stars. Maritime, we've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yes, I know. Great question. Thanks for the 10, Jar Jar. Let's see. Chip House Henry Wild, too. Thank you. I want in on that Q&A. I don't know. Hey, chat, I have a question for you. Do you think Henry Wild deserves to be in the Q&A? Because this isn't the real Henry Wild. No, nothing against him. But I'm pretty sure this guy's a Henry Wild imposter. So, I mean, I don't know if he should be in a Q&A. It's kind of doubtful. Here, let's start a poll. Should the Henry Wild imposter be in a Q&A? Let's do that. Let's ask the community. Let's ask the community about this. Should the Henry Wild imposter be in a Q&A? Honestly, I mean, I don't know. So I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Okay. 56% of you say yes. All right. All right. Sure, you can be a part of it, man. Imposters included from Tony. That's funny. Let's see here. A backroom 2, thank you. Sam, can you beat Scatino in a fight? Are you Scatino? Are you Scatino in disguise? I think you are. I think you're Scatino. So you know what I say to that? Kameya! How about that? Dragon Ball Z reference right there. And I'm 90% certain there's going to be a meme of that now. There is 100% going to be a meme of me going, Kamehameha! That is 100% going to be a meme. meme. But yes, I'm sure I could take Scatino. Oh, trust me, I've told you guys some of the stories that I've had a few scenarios in my life where I was pretty sure that a fight might happen. I'm not listen, I don't start fights, but if I'm ever in a situation where I got to defend myself, you better believe I will. 100%. My dad taught me well. He's like, Sam, look, if you're ever in a fight, I don't care if you lose it, just make them bleed. Just make them bleed to do it. Because I will defend myself if I'm ever in that situation. 100%. Defense. Oh, ninja style. Hoi-ha. Salute. All right, let's backtrack a bit. I think we got that one. We got 5 from Murray. Thank you for the 5. Thanks for your videos. Thanks for your videos. Been binge watching them. Thanks for the 5. Thanks for the 5, Marie. I super appreciate you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Glad you like my videos. Super appreciate you. Let's see here. Germany says, "Hi Sam. I know you mostly do videos around naval craft, but could you do a video? Could you do the story of the John Deere? And please make sure you include the Model G and the Model 60 if you would do that on video." Maybe. I usually stick with, as you said, like maritime stuff, but I could branch out at some point and do some other stuff. I know I'm wanting to break into trains. I'm wanting to start telling some railroad stories. I want to start covering aviation stuff. Guys, should I do the Hindenburg next? Should I do a video on the Hindenburg? I've been wanting to do a video on the Hindenburg for a long time, and I keep putting it off. But would you guys like me to do, like, for maybe my next video, I could do an airship, do the Hindenburg? I think that would be a really cool thing to do a video on, is the Hindenburg. Yes, yes, yes. You guys like that idea? Do an airship? Should the next video be the Hindenburg? Hindenburg. What do you guys think? Should that be the thing? Should the next video be the Hindenburg? Should the next video be the Hindenburg? That was something that I've been considering for a while. You know, can you imagine being there and seeing that happen? Can you imagine being there and seeing that? Actually, if I remember correctly, yeah, okay, wow, you guys like that. I think there was a Lusitania survivor on the Hindenburg. I'm pretty sure there was. I think there was a Lusitania survivor on the Hindenburg. Was there a Lusitania survivor on the Hindenburg? I know I heard that somewhere. There was, let's see. Claims have been put out that Rosal as being a Lusitania survivor, but the passengers and crews do not provide evidence of this. Oh, okay. Let's see. Claims, I cannot pronounce that name. I thought, let's see. Doesn't look like it was 100% though. There's no clear evidence of it. But I did hear that. I did hear that there was a Lusitania survivor, but it says that there's no clear evidence of it. Huh. That's interesting, as I know I did hear that somewhere, but anyway. Yes, do the Hindenburg. All right. I think I'll do some research into that. It'll take some time. But I'm wanting to start to break into animation. I'm starting to want to break into the animation world and start looking and going into that stuff. So I'm going to be jumping back and forth on my work a little bit, like working on videos and trying to learn Unreal Engine and stuff like that. I want to get into my own animating. I need to do that. So that's like a big thing that I'm going to start working on. So yeah, we can look at doing the Hindenburg. Animation would be interesting. Cool. Thanks, Jim. I think I missed a couple of super chats. Hang on a second. We got that one. We got 5 from Henry Wild. Thank you. Fun fact, my great-great-grandfather was third cousins to a passenger on the Titanic. So I'm not an imposter. I'm telling the truth. I'm serious. My great-great-grandfather was third cousin to a passenger on the Titanic. I'm not an imposter. I'm telling you the truth. I'm serious. I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I believe you about that. Just saying. Who was this passenger? Thanks for the 5. Joshua, too. The MV Soul captain was 10 times worse than Scatino. He was bad. I mean, telling all those kids to stay in their cabins while the ship is capsizing. Yeah, that's really bad. You know what? I would probably agree with you. On that. Did he abandon ship, that captain? I haven't researched it fully in a while. Did that guy abandon ship like Scatino did? Like, did he have did he have all those students stay on board? Did he abandon the Soul? Yes, he did. Yeah. Okay. So he told all the passengers to stay in their cabins, or the students, and then he just left. Yeah, that's pretty bad. No. That's evil. Okay. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Scatino is up there with some of the worst captains in history, but I would put the captain of the Soul Ferry in the same category that I would put Avrianus guy, the guy who captained the Oceanus and left everybody on board. I would put him in the exact same classification. That's what I would do. I'd say they are both worse than Scatino. I would actually say that, because they just. I remember the captain of the Oceanus said that Worse. Sole captain killed 300. Yep, worse. I remember the captain of the Avianis. There was a documentary or Avianis, the captain of the Oceanus. He said that, like in his defense, he's like, "What? I didn't do anything wrong. I gave the abandoned ship order. If people want to stay on the ship, that's their business." I'm like, dude, you are lucky you are in a TV screen, because if I was there in front of you, I would rip you apart for saying bullcrap like that. What do you mean it's everybody else's business? You're the captain of the ship. It is your responsibility to get all those people off. I mean, what a piece of, like, I mean, just what a terrible captain. I mean, you really think that, yeah, Sam Rage. I mean, that's just like the most awful thing for somebody to say. Like, I mean, it's just like, I mean, seriously, you need to be prosecuted. You know, you need to be prosecuted. And I mean, for doing something like that, I mean, it's just evil, evil, evil. No other word for it. No other word for it. I mean, can you imagine being one of those passengers on the Oceanus and going up to the bridge and seeing that there's no crew? And the crew is just as bad for going along with it. Because, I mean, yeah, all the crew left with the captain, right? I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful. I mean, it's just... You're spitting facts. Meredith, he was never charged since everyone survived. Okay, so just because a miracle happened and nobody died, that was blatant irresponsibility. I mean, seriously, he should, like, what? What? I mean, seriously, he wasn't charged but I mean, I don't think it is good that everybody survived, but still, everyone on that ship could have died. I mean, like, he should have gotten prison time. Just saying. Just saying. He, Maritime, just stating it. I know you're just stating the facts, Maritime, but doesn't make it right. You know, I mean, not against you or anything against him. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, 10 to 20 years minimum, and I think that's being kind. But that's just me. I mean, how many people were on board the Oceanus? I mean, all those innocent lives and everything like that. I mean, like, seriously, you abandon that anyway. All right, I'm gonna mellow out. All right, let's just calm down, Sam. Let's just calm down. It's all the bright side videos causing rage. Yeah, probably. Just stupid. You know, I mean, I can't handle it. Like, I mean, like, if you want to set me off, you let me see, like, you being mean to another person or putting people at risk. That it doesn't need to happen like that. It's just, when you put people at risk and they don't need to be put at risk, or if an accident happens and you're being negligent when you've got people that rely on you. I mean, it makes me so angry. Makes me so angry. Okay, wait. Henry Wild does a 5. He said, Sam, from the bottom of my heart, it's true and not a joke. And seriously, not a joke. Huh. So you actually do have a relative on the Titanic. I'm actually really curious as to who that is, and I think I believe you. So I don't know why you'd lie about that. But yeah, I'm actually really curious about that. I got an email from a guy. I saw it this evening, who he was telling me that I believe he was a relative of Murdoch distantly. Like, he just saw my video on Murdoch and everything, and he said and from the way I read the email, it seemed like he was a distant relative of Murdoch, and I'm like, that's insanely cool. So, hey, look, there's a lot of Titanic, like, family members still around even today. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Something that's so long ago, people still, you know, they know their family ties to it. Maritime historical travels again about Lowe. During the inquiry, he said that he scared a passenger off by saying, "Get back, or I'll shoot you all like dogs." Unlike what we've seen in the 1997 film. But hey, Maritime, remember? So remember, in the James Cameron film, it was Lightoller who said that. In the James Cameron film, it was Lightoller who said, "Get back, I say, or I'll shoot you all like dogs. Keep order here, keep order, I say." And then Lightoller says, "Mr. Lowe, guard this boat." Then he loads the pistol. So did Maritime twist that around? Or not, did Did James Cameron twist that around? So basically, James Cameron took that story and had Lightoller say it in the movie, but Lowe was the one who really said it. Interesting. I did not know that. Man, that movie is full of all these. Like, if you know the story, you catch all this stuff. That is incredibly interesting. I did not know that. Thanks, Maritime. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. that is a tidbit that I did not know. Okay, got that one, got that one. We got 2 from Henry Wow. Thank you. Next stream, I'll tell you. I'll have to dig for it. Okay. Thanks to the 2, man. Thanks to the 2. Super appreciate you. Maritime History doing a research on low. I figured since you've been talking about low a lot, so I'm like, okay, so low is your big thing, like big thing that you've been researching, isn't it? Gotcha. That's cool, Maritime. That's super cool. I've been jumping around a little bit on topics that I've been reading into as well lately. Oh, speaking of that, you guys are not going to believe what happened today. So I went to church with my parents this morning. And as we were getting ready to leave, I kid you not, in all of my life, I have never had this happen to me. Okay. Never. But right before our church lets out, the choir sings and all that stuff. And I kid you not, they sang Near My God to Thee. Near My God to Thee. I'm like, they are not like, okay, everybody. And they're like, Near My God to Thee. I'm like, no, they are not. And then I immediately thought of Eva Hart, because Eva Hart, where she was a little girl at the time, she said that she heard music coming from the Titanic. And she's heard music coming from the Titanic during the sinking, but she didn't recognize the song. And then a while after the disaster, she was in church with her grandmother, and she said that all of a sudden the choir, they started singing Near My God to Thee. And instead she had a panic attack in the church. She's like, her heart started beating like crazy, and she ran out of the church screaming. And she was like, her grandmother came out. She's like, what's wrong? She's like, it was that song. Like, it was that song that I heard on the Titanic. That's what they played on the night of the sinking. And I'm just like, Alfreda says, oh yes, I've heard this story. Poor girl. Absolutely. Poor girl. Absolutely. And I mean, it's just, can you imagine being her? Can you just to hear a song and then not know what it is, and then just that, I mean, it's an absolute, I can't even imagine what that must have been like for her. Okay, that's a very traumatic experience to have. Absolutely. Hey, Maritime, you'll probably remember. Who was it again? There was a guy during the inquiry. And he was they were talking to him about the sinking and everything like that. And he said that the worst part for him, he described the sinking of the time, like after the sinking. He described the sound of all the people in the water screaming he described it like a crowd yelling at a baseball game. That's what he said it was like. And then the worst part of it was the silence that followed. And one of the guys there, they asked him, can you describe the silence? And he's like, please don't make me remember the silence. Please don't make me remember that. It was just so awful. Was it Fleet? Was it Frederick Fleet? I'm not sure. But yeah, it was the silence that was after was the worst part. I believe that was Fleet. Okay, it was Fleet. But yeah, it was just, the silence is probably awful. Probably like a century at night. Absolutely. I mean, like, just because that all those people in the water are screaming for help, and then when the silence comes, wasn't it low? Because before they went back in to get more people in the water, wasn't it low that said that we need to wait a bit before we go in there? I mean, can you just imagine how awful that train of thought must be? Because you know that if you want to go back in there and you want to save all those people as soon as you can, but you can't go in there while there's hundreds of people in the water screaming for help and panicking. You can't, because they would swamp the boat, they capsize you. And just to have to think, we need to wait a bit before we go in there. Like, I mean, it's just, it's so horrible that you feel guilty even thinking that way, but you can't make yourself a victim by going in and try to rescue people. I mean, it's awful. It's an awful feeling to have to think that way. It really is. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Because that's that's one of the most risky things about being a lifeguard. You know, you can't let yourself become a victim when you're trying to save a life, because someone who's drowning, it's very chaotic. You gotta be very careful. Very, very sad and very horrible thing to think about. Riley says the most saddest part is after the Titanic disappeared with all the people in the water. Absolutely agree. Hannah says too, Sam, you missed a super chat from John. Oh, did I? Did I miss a super chat from John? Hang on, let me backtrack. Backtracking, that's what happens when I get distracted. I don't see a super chat that I missed. We got Henry Wild too. Next stream, I'll tell you, I'll have to dig for it. I don't see any super chats that I missed. If I missed one, I apologize. I didn't think I did. Sorry if I missed a super chat, but I didn't see it. It's not saved anymore. If anybody knows what it is, just let me know and I'll read it. Let's see here. Aaron says, Sam, did survivors get PTSD after the sinking? Yeah, they did. There were a lot of survivors who had to deal with depression and everything. Shoot, hang on. I'm having a Jack Thayer. He had depression after the sinking, if I'm not mistaken. He had a very big issue with that after the sinking. Jack Thayer, Titanic, and didn't he lose a son in Second World War? Let's see here. Later life, Jack Linton, where he became member. In 1939, he became treasurer at the University of Pennsylvania, created a new office. He held the position until his death in September of 1945. His mother died on April 14, 1944, 32nd anniversary of Titanic's collision. Her death seemed him to push him even further into a downward spiral, and he died by suicide on September 20th, 1945. Yeah. So he was depressed from that. He was depressed from Titanic. His mother's death pushed him further over the edge. I thought he lost a son or something in World War II. I don't see that on here. That might have been wrong. Oh, wait. No, wait. Here we go. Grandfather, President of Pennsylvania Railroad. He had 2 sons and several daughters. Third son, Alex, died a few days after his birth in 1920. During World War I, he served as a officer in the U.S. Army. During World War II, both of Thayer's sons enlisted in the armed services. Edward, a bomber pilot, was listed missing and presumed after his plane was shot down. His body was never recovered. When the news reached there, he became extremely depressed. Okay, so that was right. So, yeah, I mean, Jack Thayer, he's an example of somebody who was extremely depressed, and it's absolutely terrible. And Jack Thayer lost his friend in the sinking, you know. He was with Milton Long throughout a good chunk of the sinking. And then Milton jumped first, and then Jack jumped shortly after. And in that few seconds between jumps, that caused Milton to disappear, and Jack never saw him again. So, I mean, it's just, he went through a lot in his life. That's for darn sure. Alexa, too, thank you. Do you think...
Sorry, I'm not sure about
that. Your name triggered... When I said your name, it triggered my... It triggered my Alexa. Do you think it was Chief Officer Wild who killed himself? Sorry, I'm not laughing at your question. I'm laughing at the Alexa thing. But anyway, possible, because in my Murdoch video, you know, and I researched a suicide thing, all the reports that I saw of an officer committing suicide happened on the port side. And it seems like it may have happened around collapsible D during that last stage in the sinking. So it's possible it was Wild, but it's just one of those things that we'll never know for certain. It's very, very possible. Very, very possible. Okay. Jack, everyone, we should change our names to... No, don't. Do not. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Ozzy. All right, hang on. I want to read this. I want to see what happens. Ozzy says... Alexa, repeat after me.
Hello. Please say something for me to repeat.
Sam, keep your feet away from the power cable.
Keep your feet away from the power table.
Power table. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Keep your feet away from the power table. That's funny. That is funny. Let's see here. We got that one. Okay. is or Sam should make an SS America video. An SS America. That was the sister ship to the United States, right? The America Star. That is one that has been on my list of things to do for a while. So yes, I will get to that at some point. I will 100% get to that at some point. No more Sam Ball. I mean, no more. Do not do that. Okay, so in case you guys don't know, a while back, a big debate happened in my Discord between if soccer should be called soccer or football. And the Discord just said, it's going to be called Samball. So no more. Please don't do that. Oh, would you look at that? It's been 1 hour. Okay, it is now time for the Q&A. It is now time for the Q&A, everybody. It is now time for the Q&A. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Perfect timing. Perfect timing for the 1 hour mark. Let's just say, let's go ahead and get ready for the Q&A, shall we? We're just gonna let that little we're gonna let that little thing go, aren't we? Aren't we? Phew! We're just gonna let that go this evening. Okay, here we go. All right, maritime history. And everyone else. There we go. Got it. All right. We will get him in Discord log. No, don't. Okay. All right, everybody. Once again, it is now time for the next Historic Travels live stream Q&A. All right. So for those of you who are not familiar with the rules, here's how we do things. Excuse me. Here's how we do things. I ask a question. It is the entire chat, all 198 of you, against maritime history. Okay? Okay. So maritime history is our maritime says, Sam, I have an offer for the Q&A. Let's make a deal. No slow mode, but my privileges get revoked. Oh. What do you guys think of that? No slow mode, but his privileges get revoked. That seems like a pretty decent deal. I'm okay with that if you guys are. I'm okay with that if so Maritime gets no privileges or handicap, but there's no slow mode. Tony says no slow-mo, but you can't repeat the answer for the same question. So how can we be sure? No repeating, no repeatedly pasting the answer. Yeah, I would have to go with that. Well, there has to be some handicap on that though, because what if I do my fake goes and all that? Well, I guess I just wouldn't do that then. I guess I just wouldn't do the. I guess I wouldn't just do the fake goes and all that stuff just to kind of even out the field. I guess we could just do it that way. I guess we could do it that way. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's do. Oh wait. Start a Q&A. Start a Q&A. Okay. Wait. No, not that. Start a poll. What do you all think of Maritime's proposal? Let's let the chat decide. What do you all think of Maritime's proposal? Yes or no? What do you all think? Should we do this? Yes or no? Let's see. What do you all think? Should we do what Maritime proposes? Yes or no? I'm really curious about this. Okay. Yes, 61 votes, 72% yes, 28% no. Okay. So people are okay with that. I mean, that's honestly a pretty good idea, just as long as you don't spam over and over and everything. And as far as what Tony says, I agree. No copy and pasting and spamming an answer like crazy. But, I mean, I would say just don't spam. Just don't spam. If you want to repeat the answer after a couple of seconds or something, that's one thing. But don't spam. If you spam like crazy, I won't count it. So there we go. That's how we'll do this. If I see multiple answers from you all at once, okay? Like if I just see like all maritime history, it's like 5 or 10 times, it's just the same thing, I won't count it. I'm just going to skip it. But if you do one and then I see it a little bit later, it's fine. How's that sound? What does everybody think of that? Does that sound like a good deal, guys? Does that sound like a good deal? But he gets no handicap. If he's not first, he's out. That seemed like a good deal, everybody. Cool. Okay. Okay. When do I ever spam? When do you ever spam? When do you ever spam? Guys, what do you think? When does maritime spam? When Kaiser Wilhelm ... When does maritime ever spam? I wonder. Oh, I wonder. When does he spam? Maritime never spams Stone Abbott. Are you serious? Maritime, you walked into that one, man. You walked into that one. So I exposed him twice. Hey, Maritime, since you're such a big expert on all of our other like maritime stuff, all my live streams, I think we should. Hey, I don't know if anybody wants to do this, but if you do, I will put it into a video. Okay. If somebody wants to go back and check out the past Q&As, because there should be a chat log in those. If you guys want to go back and find every or as many instances you can of maritime spamming, I will put that in a video. I will put that in a video on my historic hangout channel. If anybody wants to take on that challenge, because that's a big job, but if anybody wants to take that on and they can like let me know like where they are and everything, or if you want to screen capture it and send it to me or something, or yeah, you can take screenshots of it. I will put that in a video on my historic hangouts channel. I will do that. I will do that. If anybody wants to take on that challenge, I will 100% do that. I will 100%. Hannah says, I have 18 hours of free time each week. I am on it. Sabrina says, you brought this on yourself, Maritime. I'm Dylan, how do we get into Discord? I'll post it in my community page after the stream gets archived. Maritime says, well, it's time to delete. Yes, brilliant idea. If somebody wants to take that on, I will definitely make a video about it and put it on my historic hangout channel. I will 100% do that if anybody wants to take that on. Okay, anyway, back to the Q&A. So in case you're new here, here's how it works. I ask a question, okay? You guys answer the question in the chat after you see the word go pop up. If you answer the question early, I will not count it. So that's just basically how it works. And then it's everyone in the chat against maritime history. And the only thing you have to do to beat him is get your question or your answer up first. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. But before we do this, I do want to do one more experiment. I want to see how much of a delay there is between the chat on my screen and when I ask a question. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is as soon as I type go, I'm going to ask a question. I'm just going to type go. I just want you guys to type hi, okay? Like I want to see the delay, okay? So as soon as you see the word go, type the word hi as fast as you can so I can count how many seconds of a delay there is in the chat, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and disable the slow mode. Okay, so as soon as you see the word go, just type the word hi, H-I. All right, ready, set, go. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay, so there's about a 3-second delay. Hi. Okay, and Maritime got that first. Maritime got it first, guys. So there's about a 3-second delay. Okay. So, hey, guys, that should bother you. That Maritime, also see Maritime has godlike internet. I think he does. Maritime got that first. I don't know if you guys made the right call here, guys. I really don't know. I don't know if you guys made the right decision here. This sounds pretty bad. He might just live close to West Virginia. Yeah, maybe. All right, guys. The first official question of the night, okay? Maritime history versus everyone else. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Let's do we're going to do a test question, okay? We're just going to do a test question first, okay? What was, this question won't count towards the Q&A. This is just a warm-up. What was the exact date the RMS Lusitania sank? What was the complete full date? You can't abbreviate. You got to spell out the whole thing, okay? No numbers. I want the word and everything. What was the complete date? What was the full date that the RMS Lusitania went down? Ready, set, go. What was the date the Lusitania sank? Chidu got it. May 7th, 1915. What? There's no maritime there. Oh, maritime got it too. Mason. Oh, you didn't have to do the time, maritime. You didn't have to put that in there. But yeah, just May 7th, 1915. Good job. Good job. Sabrina got it. Maritime message retracted. Good job. So wait, Al got someday in 1914. That was completely wrong. It was May 7th, 1914. Cheeto got it. Stone Abbott got it. So I want to say that this gives me hope that you guys are going to defeat maritime. But guys, my gut is telling me that he let you all get that question. My gut is telling me that. Wait, show says if you guys didn't know, you can speed up the stream to catch up at least a few seconds of delay. It's one of Maritime's tricks. Show, yeah, good point, guys. You can accelerate your stream a little bit to accelerate. That's one of Maritime's tricks. Show. So that's one of the things that Maritime does. Guess. OMG. Oh, stop. I do that every question. Maritime's tricks exposed. Yo. Maritime. Hey, Show, I think Maritime's mad at you now. Oh, gosh. All right, there's another trick for you guys. All right, guys. First question of the evening. Are you ready? What was the name of the ship that disappeared in the very popular new Netflix show, 1899, that the crew of the Kerberos went to find? What is the name of the ship they were out looking for? Ready, set, go. Dot, dot, dot. Richard, Prometheus, 100% Maritime, dot, dot. Maritime didn't watch 1899 yet. I haven't seen that yet, Sam. I never saw it. Let's go, Maritime. Wasn't even close. The Prometheus. Great job. Great. Hey, it's Maritime related. I'm just saying. I don't have time. So with that, 1 point to everyone else. Sabrina, you should have studied Maritime. What in the heck is a Prometheus? It's the name of a ship in the Netflix series 1899. All right. With that, Maritime is already behind. All right. What was the name of the ship that rolled onto its side when leaving the dock in Chicago River? What was the name of the ship that rolled onto its side when it was pulling out of the dock in the Chicago River? Ready, set, go. Stone Abbott, the SS Eastland. Maritime was right after the SS Eastland. Stone Abbott got it. The SS Eastland, Jackal. I forgot. SS Eastland. And with that, Maritime. Maritime. Oh, man. Maritime. This is what happens when you're cocky, man. This is what happens when you're cocky. Just saying. Okay. What time did First Officer William Murdoch come on duty on the night of the sinking? What time did First Officer William Murdoch come on duty on the Titanic's bridge on the night of the sinking? Ready, set, go. What time did he come on duty? Stoned Abbott, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Maritime, you are 10 p.m. 100%, 10 p.m. Stoned Abbott got it. Good job. And with that, oh, man, was this it? Was this his trick? Was this it? This is how he did it. Wow. This is how he did it. 10 p.m. Yeah, his shift was from 10 to 2 a.m. That was Maritime shift. Where did I get to? So, yeah, Lightoller was on duty from 6 to 10. And then Lightoller was on duty from 6 to 10. Then Murdoch was on duty from 10 to 2. I think you guys just solved Maritime's trick. Good gosh. So the first time ever, it's a 3-point lead. Show says maybe we should include some special privileges for Maritime. I'm starting to feel bad for Maritime. Should we turn on Maritime's privileges again? Should we turn on Maritime's privileges just to help him out a little bit because he's so far behind? No. I agree. Yes, no. Yes, ... No. Sabrina, no, don't feel bad for him. Hang on. Whoa. Holy cow. Look at the chat. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Should we give Maritime his handicap back? Should we help out Maritime? Yes or no? Should we give Maritime his handicap back? Should we give Maritime his handicap back? Yes or no? Yes. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's... No, 70%. Not a chance. Never, no. I'm actually, my ribs hurt. Oh my gosh, my ribs are absolutely... Oh my gosh. Hey, Maritime, you ever heard the expression, you reap what you sow? I think everybody's out for you with a vengeance this evening. I think that's what's happening here. I think that's what's happening here. Maritime has had multiple Q&A wins for weeks, so no. Justice for Maritime. All right. What did I do? All right, next question. Well, Maritime, what did you do? Well, I think it has something to do with like everybody having a mental image of you, just chilling out. And all right, so I'm gonna I think everybody's got a mental image of you just like being like, yep, I'm the king of the Q&A. That's right. So yeah. You guys don't stand a chance. Hey, I need a drink. Can I get a drink? I think that's what everybody has a image of you. What? Meme. No. You get a drink, Maritime. King of meme. Meme, one need a drink. Caught in 4K. The chair is in really good condition. It's been very well. I wasn't that worried about laying in it, so. Maritime meme. Could you see me pretty clear? I feel like my head would be behind the lamp, but. All right, next question. All right. Right after the Titanic struck the iceberg, what was the next order that Murdoch gave? So the exact second the ships hit the berg, okay? What did Murdoch do right after? What was the next thing he did? Ready, set, go. What was his next order? Holy cow, you guys got that. Holy cow. I thought for sure you all were going to say the watertight doors. But yes, okay, Richard said hard to port. Yes, because due to tiller commands being turned to starboard. Good job. That was perfect. Richard got it. Kaiser got it. Gage got it. Let's see here. Well, it's hard to port, not starboard due to tiller commands. But yeah, good job. Where's Maritime? I don't even see Maritime. Oh, there he is. Turn starboard. You should say hard to port. That's what I'm saying. But Maritime is so far. Oh my gosh. Maritime has lost his edge. Wow, that was his ace in the hole. I didn't know that. Maritime, I think everybody's even the playing field by you speeding up the chat a little bit. I think you just, wow. Wow. Sabrina, this is a fun stream. Sabrina, you're just having fun because you guys are wrecking Maritime. I think that's what's happening right now. Okay. Everyone else, 4. Show says I feel bad now. All right, guys. All right, live. Okay, chat here. How about this, guys? Let's give Maritime a little bit of a. Let's give Maritime a chance here. Okay. So, and we got that one. All right, I'm gonna ask a random question that's not from the Q&A. Okay, if you guys are cool with it. And if Maritime gets it, just let Maritime answer it, okay? I'll give him a point just to help him catch up, okay? Let's do that. Let him have a question. Let him have a question. Because, I mean, he's getting... All right, let's let him have a question. Let's let him have a question, all right, guys? Let's let him have one question just to get him going, okay? Let's let him have one question to let him get going. No, I guess so. Come on, guys. Come on. Maritime history power round, okay? I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's help him out. Let's help him out, okay? I do it for you guys. So let's give Maritime one here, okay? All right? All right, it's fair, guys. It's fair. Okay, here we go. This question is for Maritime and Maritime alone. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right? Right after the Titanic sank, there were already talks in the works about ways to potentially, while they didn't want to raise the Titanic, there were talks about, they were thinking about trying to find a way to get any bodies that were still trapped inside of the Titanic back up to the surface. It was a pretty ridiculous idea, but what was one proposed idea to try to free any of the bodies that were trapped inside of the Titanic wreck and get them to float up to the surface? Do you know what this idea was? Bomb the wreck. Bomb the wreck. All right, good job, Maritime. He got it. Bomb the wreck. Yes. And yeah, for those of you who didn't know it, they were actually thinking about bombing the wreck of the Titanic, blowing the ship apart to get bodies out. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they would even think that. But all right, Maritime got it. Bomb the wreck. Good job. Maritime got it. Okay, Maritime. There you go. There you go. There you go. Maritime, thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody in the chat, man. You gave him an easy one. It's an uncommon one. I'm not going to say super crazy easy, but it's definitely, it's not the most difficult question, but it is definitely something you'd have to look into to know it. So good job, Maritime. There you go. He spammed, lol. Big Boon says, no, Sam, you're going to make us lose. Oh, you'll be fine. I'm not worried. I spilled coffee on the scoreboard. Oh, well. All right, next question. All right, so this next question has 3 parts. So I need 3 different answers for this question for it to count. Okay, guys? Name 3 big things that happened on the night that the Titanic sank that were a big contributor to the Titanic eventually listing to port. So there were 3 big things that we know of that happened that helped the Titanic end up listing to the port side. What were those 3 things? Ready, set, go. That's one part, but I'm looking for I'm looking for 3 things. The coal was one thing. Maritime, port gangway door, Scotland Road, and the coal fire. Maritime got it. Maritime got it. Maritime got it. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the D-deck gangway door, the coal being moved, and Scotland Road. All that stuff happening caused the ship to end up listing to port. Maritime got it. Maritime got it. Maritime got it. Good job, Maritime. You got that one. And with that, Maritime's starting to catch up, guys. Raya says, dang, nabbit. Oh, boy. Revenge of the Maritime. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Moon says, my sister is sitting right next to me and I'm screaming. I feel so bad. Don't scream. Next question. Where was the Titanic's greatest hero, Charles Yelkin, at when he said that he heard something buckle within the ship? And this buckling was the beginning stages of the Titanic breaking apart. Where was Charles Yelkin, the Titanic's greatest hero, when he heard this strange sound? Ready, set, and go. Where was he? Pantry getting a drink. Oh, gosh. Hang on. Pantry getting a drink. Maritime, you got that one first, but that's kind of spam, dude. That's message retracted, message retracted, message retracted. That's borderline spam, Maritime. That's a little spammy, Maritime. I'm just saying, man. I don't know if I should. I mean, you got it first, but I don't know. I don't know if you should get that one. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that one because that's kind of spam. I don't know. Hey, let's have a non-biased third party. Hey, Show, you're the deciding factor here. Show, you're the deciding factor here. Okay. Should Maritime get that one? No, wait. Why don't we just do a tie? You want to do a tie? Or let's see. Show, give it to him. I don't know. Let's have Show decide that one. Show, what do you think? Double. Okay, so you want to let's just tie that one. Okay, we're just gonna tie that one. That's a tie. That's a tie. Good call, Show. Good call. Good call. Good call, Show. Good job. Good call. Good call. Don't spam, Maritime. Okay, don't spam. Okay. When lifeboat number 13 got lowered over the Titanic side, there was water being ejected from the Titanic that put this lifeboat in jeopardy. What piece of machinery inside of the Titanic was responsible for ejecting this water out of the ship and into the lifeboat? What machine inside the Titanic was responsible for pushing this water out? What was the main machine? And I'm not looking for the word pumps. I'm not looking for the word pumps. Ready, set, go. I'm not looking for that. It's not pumps that I'm looking for. That's it. Right there. Right there. I saw it. There we go. Condenser. Condenser was what I was looking for. Yes, the condenser. Tony said starboard side condenser / main circuit. Yeah, the condenser was what I was looking for. The condenser was what I was looking for. Good job. I should have put that better, like no pumps, but I did say it. But yeah, condenser. That was 100% what I was looking for, was the condenser. Because the water was being ran through the condenser system. Yeah. And me and Tony talked about this in depth about whether that water being ejected from the ship was from the pumps, that were pushing the water, that they were taking flooded water from the interior spaces of Titanic and pumping it out, or if that was just seawater that they were using to run the condenser. So we were really talking about that. But yep, condenser was what I was looking for. Good job. That's what I was looking for, was condenser. Good job. So moving on. Condenser was what I was looking for. Sorry, Maritime. Next question. After the Titanic broke in half and the stern began to sink, at what point during the stern's final plunge is the most likely time that that all of the power went out in the stern? So basically, which part of the stern had to go underwater for the most likely time for the full power on the Titanic stern to go out? What part went under before the lights completely went out? Ready, set, go. What am I looking for? When it went vertical, the dynamo. Yep, that's it. There we go. That was it. When it went vertical, the dynamo. Yep, that's exactly what I was looking for. The fourth funnel area. Yeah, that would also work as well. Then the superstructure. Well, I was looking for more like when it went vertical, or when the fourth funnel area went under. All of that stuff would work. Still in the view that all the lights went out at the breakup, but that's just me. Well, Tony, the big thing about that, like I told you, because the emergency dynamo was on D deck, and it was just after the fourth funnel. So honestly, that part of the ship wouldn't have been underwater yet, because the Titanic's engine room probably flooded instantly when the ship broke in half. But that dynamo, it would have been winding down because the ship would have lost steam pressure with the breakup. But I think it would have been slowly winding down during that. So, but there would, but where would the steam come from? Where would the steam come from to run them? I think there could have been some residual steam because the steam lines would have been cut. But I asked this question once in one of Tom Lindsay's streams, and the way that guy explained it was anything with steam, it takes time for the system to wind down. So maybe there was some residual steam pressure, that was still in the piping around where that dynamo was, and it was still flowing in. I mean, that's just it. Maybe that was it. Like there was just some kind of residual pressure that the dynamo was using up before the lights went completely out. That's what I think. I think that's very possible, So if the line's rupture, the steam would blast out quickly. That's true. And I'm not saying that the lights stayed on for very long, but I do think that they could have remained glowing for at least a little bit, at least a little bit. And with that much steam pressure in the system, I mean, granted, the ship was losing power, but I don't think all that pressure would have been eliminated instantly. And the dynamo was still using power. So, I mean, I'd say it could have lasted a little bit longer. But anyway, I'm going to give that a double. I'm going to give that one to be a double. So we are... Hey, Maritime, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this, man, even with the double. I don't know about that one, man. Double. Yeah, I got us a double. Woohoo! Gage, my Wi-Fi. All right. What was the name of the ship that hit the SS Arctic and caused it to sink on September 27th, 1854? What was the name of the ship that hit the SS Arctic that caused it to sink on September 27th, 1854? Ready, set, go. Forgot. Maritime got it. SS Vesta. Good job, Maritime. Good job. The SS Vesta. Maritime got that one. Maritime got that one. The current score is 5-7. All right, next question. SS Vesta. All right. On the evening of April the 14th, 1912, Captain Smith attended a dinner party before he went up onto the bridge to discuss the status of the ship with Lightoller. Where on the Titanic did Smith go to attend this dinner party? Where was Captain Smith on the Titanic to attend this dinner party? Ready, set, go. Where was Smith? I want something more specific, Maritime. There we go. The a la carte restaurant, Kaiser Wilhelm de Grosse. Kaiser Wilhelm de Grosse, Titanic's a la carte restaurant. Because when you say first class dining, you could be referring to the D-deck dining room, but it wasn't there. It was at the a la carte restaurant. It was at the a la carte restaurant on B deck. Good job, Kaiser Wilhelm de Grosse. And with that, boom! Everyone else, 8. Maritime 5. Bum, bum, bum. Dawson says, I've never heard that place before. Yeah, the Titanic's a la carte restaurant. It was located directly behind the aft grand staircase. Maritime. Let's do a double or nothing. Oh, wait, hang on. We got a super chat. 20 from There's Hope for Change. Thanks so much, man. Hi, Sam. Late. I'll be listening to replay. Awesome. Great job on the Murdoch series. Been listening to Titanic Survivors interviews that are available on YouTube. They are very interesting. Thanks for your uplifting spirit. You're a good man. Thank you so much for the 20, man. I super appreciate you. Thanks for liking the Murdoch series. It was a ton of work. That means a lot. Thank you so much for the 20. Super appreciate you, man. Super appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, everybody. So Maritime has requested a double or nothing. So what we could do, and it's up to you guys, okay, because the current score is 8-5. What we could do is I could ask one more question, okay? And if Maritime gets this question right, it'll tie the score. And then I will do one more question for the tiebreaker, okay? But we need a dilemma. We need a way to punish Maritime if he loses. All right, hang on. Let's do this. Before I even think about a punishment, let's just ask the audience. Let's start a poll. Do you guys want to do a triple or nothing? Because it would be a triple or nothing. Do you guys want to do that? Do you guys want to do a triple or nothing? Let's just ask the audience. Do you guys want to do that or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you guys want to do that? Do you guys want to do a triple or nothing? Do you guys want to do a triple or nothing? Do you guys want to do a triple or nothing? Holy cow! 54% yes? No way! I was expecting it to be like a 90% no. Holy cow! I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Are you guys serious? 95 votes. Holy cow! I was not expecting that at all. This is mutiny. Sabrina, excuse me? Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that at all. Okay. Okay. All right. 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 Okay. So, oh, hang on. There was another super chat 10 from Dylan. Thank you. Why did why did most lifeboats on the Titanic go half full? I know people at the start were reluctant, but the last lifeboat to leave was only a third full. Why haven't been able to find a clear explanation? There's a lot of debate about that. One explanation was that the officers were concerned about the weight of the lifeboats. I don't know how true that is. Like, they weren't sure if the boats could withstand the weight and everything. That is one thing. I also know that Lightoller, well, the last boat's leaving was collapsible D, and that was on Lightoller's side. So, of course, he was still doing his whole no men in a boat, period. So you know that was a factor that caused those boats to leave. Honestly, I'd say it was a combination of things. I'm sure maybe some of the officers were concerned about the weight of the boat. I don't know the full story of that, but I'm sure that might have been a factor. Lightoller's women and children only thing was also a factor. And then Murdoch also had issues just because there weren't as many people on the starboard side. There was a lot of things. I'd say there was a lot of factors into it that meant the boats weren't launched with a full number of people on it. So I would say it's a lot of different reasons. All right, everybody. Tony, the strength of the davits was also possibly suspect. Yeah, maybe, Tony. I do know that James Cameron talked about that. You would think that they'd have more confidence in them, though. But then again, with the way that those davits were creaking, maybe the officers didn't. Yeah, maybe the weight thing was more prominent. Anyway. But yeah, there was a lot of reasons, I'd say. Okay, so we need a triple or nothing. We need a hard question. We need a very... Oh. Hold on a second. I gotta double check something. I think I know what time it was, but I gotta double check something. This needs to be a hard question for it to I've got an idea. I gotta double check something though. I've gotta double check a time, but I'm about 99% certain I know what time it was. I just have to double check one bit of information. Hold on. Okay. I made a mental note of it last time I saw it. Okay. All right, I got it. All right. Triple or nothing. Triple or nothing. Triple or nothing. Here we go. All right. Triple or nothing. All right. Here we go. As lifeboat number 10 was getting ready to be lowered away, there was an incident with this boat that caused a very slight delay in the launching of this lifeboat. What was the incident that occurred with lifeboat number 10? Ready, set, go. What was the incident that occurred with this boat? What was the incident that happened with this boat? Oh, did I get you guys? Did I get you guys? No way. No way. No way. Polisco got it! Woman nearly falling! Polisco got it! Polisco got it! Yes, this was the boat where the woman, she was climbing over the rail and she tripped and fell and was hanging on to the boat. And they pulled her back onto the A-deck promenade and then she came back around and got back in. Good job! Good job! Triple or nothing. Maritime missed it. All right. Game, set, and match. And because it was triple or nothing, you know what that means. Final score. The final score right there. The final score. Triple or nothing right there. The final score. Bum, bum, bum. Prepare for a screenshot. Good job. Good job. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. I had to go back and double check that. Afterwards. I had to go back and find the thing on it. But yeah, good job. Good job. Wow, that was okay. We got that one. Yeah, that was it. That was the first one. Good job. Very, very good job. All right, for 2 weeks in a row, Maritime hasn't been defeated yet. So Maritime, we're gonna come up with some new tricks, man. You're gonna have to come up with some new tricks if you wanna catch up, man. You gotta do 2 weeks now to catch up. All right, everybody. Well, hey, great job with the Q&A. This was a ton of fun. Everybody, thank Maritime. Maritime did a great job. He's a great sport, and everybody. Okay, everybody. You guys want to see Rosie before I sign off? You guys want to see Rosie before I sign off? All right, be right back. Rosie, your fans want to see you as always. Rosie, your fans just want to see you. You know that? You know that? All right, Rosie, sit. Good girl. Very, very good girl. And here's her cheese as always. 1, 2, 3. Good job, Rosie. Rosie, you're just such a baby. Yeah, you guys can't see her behind the chair. Rosie's like, okay, I'm done. Good girl, Rosie. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Rosie. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for an incredible live stream. This was a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much for being here. There'll be a new video very soon on the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time next week, just like always. All right, everybody. Well, hey, you all take care, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Alexa, upstairs light off.
Okay.
I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I did not forget to turn the screen off. I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I'll bet you guys thought I forgot to turn this off the stream. I'm totally joking. I am totally joking. Oh, that was too funny. That was too funny. I had to do it. Hey, guys, a little hint that I was messing with you was you guys didn't hear me walking down the stairs. You guys didn't hear me walking down the stairs. You should have known that I was goofing off with you guys then. All right, everybody. After that, y'all take care. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a great night, everybody.